Welcome back today, everybody. Nate BRRRR here, and we're going to be breaking down some of the most common mistakes that are made in single-family homes and why it's so important to get this right while you're doing single-family homes, because these small mistakes will cost you millions of dollars moving forward. Because if you continue to do these and not think about this when you're buying single-family homes, you're not going to be able to buy multifamily and even larger. So today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things, and why it's important is cash flow. Because we are in a market right now where house values are going up tremendously, where rents are increasing tremendously, and trust me, this will not always happen. So I want to make sure that while you're going through this water, when these choppy waves come, that you're able to get through the other side of them. You don't get wiped out completely, because real estate historically has always gone up in value. But in order to capitalize on that, you have to make sure that you're hanging on to the asset. If you lose an asset, somebody else is going to get that return. Just talked to a buddy of mine earlier. 6-7 years ago, we bought a house in Cincinnati. He owes $50,000 on it. It's worth $150, $180 right now. I said, how many of them did you want? How many? As many as I could have got. But he didn't know. Well, I'm going to show you how you can know what's going to happen in an area by predicting what's going to happen based off of the basic jobs. That's going to be in a future video. So make sure that you hit the like button so we can get plenty of people. This helps the algorithm out to follow this, and hit the subscribe button. Once you hit the subscribe button, there will be a little bell over there. Ding, 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 ding. Make sure that you click on that so you can be alerted to any new videos that we have coming out. Cash flow. Again, cash flow is so important that you have enough of it, because then you don't care. Everybody says, oh, the market, real estate's doing horrible. When people say real estate's horrible, I want you to think, wow, there's about to be a tremendous amount of opportunity for me to grab real estate. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest quotes ever, that he said, when others are fearful, be greedy. When others are greedy, be fearful. So I remember the last real estate market, and people were just, real estate is so bad, I can't believe you're buying it. I'm like, wait a minute, man. Rents are up and prices are cut in half, and you're telling me it's a bad time to buy? When was a good time? 2 years ago was a good time. I'm thinking, that doesn't make sense. Well, right now, the same thing's happening in hotels. We thought we missed this market. Hotels, the same thing. So what I want you to think about is, how are you going to get to your end goal? You're going to get there by watching some of these videos. We're going to show you step by step. Cash flow is king. It allows you to hang on to that thing and not worry about when the market's doing this and that. You don't really care, because you're going to sell at the top of the market, and then you're going to be a buyer at the bottom of the market. And you're going to do this on every asset class out there by watching these videos step by step. So let's jump into cash flow. What is cash flow? That is the amount of money that you have left over after you pay the water, the sewage, the trash, the landscaping, the maintenance, the hot water, heat, the property management, the taxes, insurance, the principal, the interest. And make sure that you have a reserve account. And I will show you how to put a reserve account together for a property. I can't really tell you without looking at the property, but I can give you some real good ideas on one of the other key mistakes that investors make, including myself. I made them early on in my career, and they stunted my growth for years. So I want to make sure you don't make them same mistakes. Cash flow on let's say it's a $1,200 a month rental property. And let's say you're all in this thing for $120,000. Guys, probably going to have about $300 a month in cash flow coming in off of this. So that means that after everything's paid, you got all or most of your down payment back. And we're going to show you in a future video how to do that, how to get all your capital back out. You still have positive cash flow. You're about $300 a month in positive cash flow, and you have about $200, $225 in principal reduction. But more important, if you're hanging on to this asset and it's growing by 5% a year, you're going to have about $600 a month in appreciation. So $600 a month in appreciation. Now, who wants to get that while they sleep? Every day you go to sleep, you wake up. You go to sleep, you wake up. You go to sleep, you wake up. You have to do this to survive. But what if your property's going up in value? You have to be able to hang on to this thing long term. Cash flow is king. And so here's how leverage works. Leverage, cash flow. Guys, get your pen and paper out and a calculator, because I really want you to get this formula. If you get this formula right now, you will get it later and you'll be able to buy $10, $20 million deals. So you're going to buy a property that makes maybe 7 or 8%. Let's just say you can find a single family home, you can renovate it, and you can get an 8% return on your capital. Let's just use basic round numbers. You're all in this property for $100,000. And again, guys, I know some of you guys, East Coast, West Coast, we can't even buy a deck for that. That's okay. Come to the Midwest and buy. $100,000, 8% return. 8% of that means that property is going to bring in $8,000 a year after everything's paid. Then you're going to have to pay the bank. Let's say the bank is a 3.25% rate. But you have what's called the indicative rate. The indicative rate is what does that mortgage look like with principal included. So let's say it's a 30-year AM. It doesn't look like 3.25. It looks like, let's just say it looks like a 5 or 4.5. Let's say it looks like a 4.5. That means you have to give the bank 4.5% of the money. But again, remember, you're getting that $200 a month in principal reduction. That goes to your net worth. So you get this thing working, it works like a machine. You got cash flow coming in, you got principal reduction, meaning the property's going down, and you got appreciation, the property's going up. So you have these great curves. Your rent's going up, your cost to maintain it are pretty flat, and the amount you owe is going down, and the thing is appreciating. It's just amazing when you get this working. It's amazing because your net worth is growing rapidly. So we got 4.5% indicative rate. You got an 8% property. That's a 3.5% spread. Now, you're going to put 20% down. The bank's going to put 80% down. They're going to put $80,000 down. You're going to make a 3.5 point spread on $80,000. Let me get my calculator. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to guess. So we got 80,000 times 0.035. This is why I say Dave Ramsey is so wrong. You're making $2,800 off of going in debt a year. This is off the bank's money. Then on your 20%, you're making another $1,600. Add them together, $1,600 plus $2,800. You're making $4,400 a year in cash. Divide that by your $20,000. You're making a 22% return on your capital. Amazing return. Bernie Madoff, I think he got people at 9%. For you guys who don't know who he is, he's the biggest Ponzi scheme guy ever. He was getting them 9% on stocks, and they were like, oh, he is amazing. 22%. Plus, you're going to hang on to the asset, guys. Remember that $200 a month that you got in principal reduction times 12? We're going to add that. That's $2,400 more. And then we're going to do appreciation. Let's say it's a 5% appreciation. 5% of 100,000 is 5,000. So your total benefit for 1 year on this property, 4,400 plus 2,400 plus 5,000 is 11,800. Divide that by 22, or divide 11,800. Was that the number? Yeah. Divide that by 20,000. 59% return. And this is an easy deal. We're going to show you how to scale. We're going to show you how to even do more of these. But the key is cash flow. If you don't have the cash flow, again, guys, next video, we're going to show you, we're going to go over the area, why the area is one of the most important things. So make sure you follow us and hit the bell, hit the like button so that you can get an update to when that video is going to come out. If you guys got any comments or questions, make sure that you put them below and we'll get back to you. Thank you for listening. Talk to you soon.